Nice. Hey guys, so today we have this, a Craftsman by MTD. Now how do I know it's an MTD product when it says Craftsman? I have a pretty good hunch it's an MTD product. Look, 11A. Something tells me that's an MTD product. Customer states, lawnmower starts and then dies. Doesn't need to run off spray because it's an auto choke system. The fuel is good because I've checked it and I don't see any reason why it shouldn't run unless that carburetor is a little bit clogged. Now he said he had fuel in there before and he had been running it, and then all of a sudden after about 20 minutes it just stopped, and then it would start and then it would die, and then it would start and then it would die. So that tells me it's a carburetor problem. So we're going to give it a basic service and get it back running again. But I guess a couple quick basic things that we should check: air filter and the oil, and then give it a test so you can see also what it does. All right, so let's check the oil. Good news, it has oil in it. I would say that oil is at a pretty good level. Let's inspect this air filter. Well, it's not terrible. I don't have any of these in stock, but there's no reason why the roller shouldn't run because of this. I'll give this a bit of a blast out with the air and see how it comes out, but I don't see any issue with this filter. Okay, now let me give you a pullover so you can see how it starts and dies. So yeah, as you can see, definitely has a carburetor problem. So let's get this inside, get it up on the bench, get that carburetor off, and give it a run through. All right, see you in a sec. All right, so we're indoors because we're under a severe thunderstorm warning, so you'll probably hear some thunder in the background, and when it starts raining, quite likely you will hear the rain. So let's get started. So first things first, let's get this air filter off. All right, so it looks like two 10mm bolts or two 10mm nuts. Let's zip these off. One, two. I should just pull away. Oops, don't want to lose those. Now let's see where the hose is that's holding it back. Right here. There we go, got it off. So this hose here goes on this port, and that was what was holding it back. So let's see how this auto choke system works. I'm gonna pull it forward. Oh, good. That makes it very easy to take that off. Wow. MTD has an easy system? What? Okay, so we got to remember there's a gasket on the outside and a gasket on the inside. Yeah, we got a couple gaskets that we got to remember about. And they're keyed because there's a vent on here. You can probably hear the thunder. All right, now let's pinch this off actually. Where's Mr. Pinchy gone? Come here, Mr. Pinchy. Oh, you're the big Mr. Pinchy. All right, Mr. Pinchy, get in there.
Okay. I pinch. I am big, Mr. Pinch. I pinch. Pinch.
Oh, wow. Do you ever pinch? Well, hold it tight. Don't let up.
I am Mr. Pinch.
Okay, Mr. Pinch. Okay, let's get this fuel line off here. Okay, Mr. Pinch, you're gonna have to move back. Let me let you go first.
Okay, I move back. Pinch.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Pinch.
Anytime I pinch.
Okay, sir. Anytime you pinch. There. Now let's loosen it up a bit. Here we go. Give it a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There, it's coming off now. Let's unplug it. Make sure Mr. Pinch is holding on tight.
I hold on tight.
Okay, I believe you. Yep, Mr. Pinch is definitely holding on tight.
I tell you, I hold on tight.
Okay, so let's get this guy out. How is that one clipped in? A Z-bend. Nice. So it's on with a Z-bend. Okay, that means I gotta somehow get... So I gotta take this top shroud off. Bloody brilliant. Fantastic news. All right, so to do that, we've got 3 10mm bolts here to take this pull cord off, which will help pull away the rest of it. So let's zip that off. All right, 10 mil. Okay, so now this should just lift away and Mr. Pinch can go with it. Okay, Mr. Pinch, see you later. The rain has definitely started. Okay. Oh, this looks like almost like a Briggs design. How about that? This is going to be easy. So this actually will just lift away, and then this uncouples from there. And now we can take the whole arm right out. Perfect. That actually wasn't so bad. I actually didn't mind that at all. That was a pretty nice design. MTD, honestly, the design, stealing it from Briggs like that, good on you. I like that. That was really good. I like that a lot. So yeah, as you can see, the rain's starting to come down. And I'm sure you can hear the thunder. Pretty ominous skies, and we got a tornado warning as well. Yeah, it's pretty crazy actually how much it's raining out here. Okay, and back to the video. So now let's get this carburetor off. This should be pretty easy. The rest of this part is basically a Honda clone. Spring off. Then this should just unclip. Perfect. There we go. Carburetor's off. Right. Let's get the bucket. Hey, look at that, guys. Look what I found. A red subscribe button. If you made it this far into the video, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up. Comment below. I love to read your comments, and I try to reply to as many of them as I can, especially the early ones. All right, guys, back to the video. Okay, so let's get this carburetor opened and drain the fuel out. 10 mil. That's pretty clear fuel. I highly doubt there's water in that. I think she's just a little gummed up. And let's take off the bowl. Again, 10 mil. Bowl looks really clean. We know the needle and seat are good because it doesn't leak fuel. But I guess it's that guy down there. Let's get him out. Oh, that's too bad. The corners of this bit, they're actually curled. Oh, this bit's garbage. Alright, let's use this one then. There we go, got it. Still coming. There we go. They're out. That's a big D. Good thing a regular flathead screwdriver can take it out. Alright, now let's get the pilot jet out. There we go. Pilot jet's out. So this nozzle, there's these little holes here, all inside here. It passes straight through here and out there and out through these passageways that are in here. I don't know if you can see that, but back here, you can see the little passageways. And that's where this goes. Okay, so I'm going to spray some in. Actually, I'm going to move the fuel away. It's actually good fuel. I can just filter it out. Then we're going to plug this up. See if I can hold that open. I guess I don't need to hold it open. It stays open on its own. See if we can get it open so you can see if it comes through. Hopefully it does. I don't know if it came through. Oh, it closed. That's too bad. Try that again. One more time. Come on, stay open. I don't know if you could see it. I couldn't see with my eyes, so. Nope, that side works okay. Come on, choke flap, get open. Actually, I think that's the throttle plate. That's the choke. Put it over there so it doesn't get any more dirty. Move this over here. Let's rot out these jets. Grab my torch tip cleaners. And I'll grab the teeny tiniest one. There we go, the tiniest one. I'll take the pilot jet. And I'm just going to poke it in. There, put it in here. Now, main jet. I'm going to put that in there. Now the emulsion tube. Now all the wee little holes. And that's it. That goes in here. That'll go in there. That'll go in there. And that'll go in there. Because now I'm going to plop them into the ultrasonic cleaner. And we'll be back after that. Okay, let's get this together. All right, we'll get the emulsion tube put in the main jet. Screw it in. There we go. All right, next, let's get the pilot jet in. That should snap into place. Yep, it's seated all the way, just didn't snap in. We'll screw this in. Okay, we won't screw it in. We'll screw this in. Oh, that this is not seated all the way. That's why. Okay, and take it out, flip it 180 degrees, and try it again. Nope, doesn't want to sit in. All right, I'm going to get some WD-40. I'll be right back. Okay, give it a little spritz in there. There we go. Try it again. Yep, it's seated that time. Now we put this guy in. Yeah, see, now it's going to screw in, no problem. Now this, you only need to thread through a couple of threads, nothing special. Just to about there is perfect. Okay, so now we'll get the needle and float, put the pin in. Oops, there's a hair there. The disadvantage of having dogs. Well, at least ones that shed, but that's okay. He's absolutely adorable. Go. Get the bowl nut on. The not so bowl nut on. $10 nice and seated. Again, $10. Now that's seated. All right, let's get it on the engine. Right, so let's get the carburetor on. So put the spring in. Throttle control arm. Make a whole lot of racket and slide it on. There we go, that's that one on. Now, next is a gasket. You put a gasket on. Then this goes on. So then it's the long arm that's low, goes down and in here. Then this goes on. Then we had the air vane. And that went through here and onto here. Perfect. So that will now control the choke. As you can see, as this fan spins, this blade will blow open. And as this blade blows open, it opens and closes the choke. So without the engine being warm, this thermostat, it won't open the choke. But if you turn the engine on by spinning it over and it starts running, this will open the choke as soon as it's up to speed and allow the engine to actually run. Good design, actually, to be honest with you. It's got good redundancy. Right, now we have another gasket. And and then the tube on the air cleaner. There's oil coming out, which means that this probably is overfilled with oil. So we'll probably do an oil change on it. Oh, we're doing a basic service, so that's kind of included in it anyway. Come on, hose. Oh, I lost a gasket. How rude. Okay, I'll put that gasket back on. Behind the scenes. Okay, the gasket's on, the hose is on. Now to get the air cover or the air cleaner housing on. Perfect. Now these two guys. Two. Couple threads. And now spin them down by hand. Perfect. Now the ratchet. This goes to about 60 to 70 inch-pounds. Click. Okay, there's about 70 inch-pounds. Click. Okay, good. That's on. I just need to plug in my air compressor. I apologize for the noise. Okay, the air compressor is now off. Right, I'm just going to quickly blow out the air filter. All right, now that that machine has finally shut up, let's get the fuel tank on. Maybe I was premature on putting the air cleaner on. Oh, we'll see, I guess. Now the pull recoil. And the 3 nuts. Okay, we'll just run them down by hand. There we go. Now the fun part, trying to get the fuel line back on the carburetor. Actually, it shouldn't be too bad. I'll just use Mr. Pinchy to help me out. Help me out, Mr. Pinchy. There we go. And it is on. Wiggle it just a little bit. I want to see you wiggle it just a little bit. There we go, it's on. I guess Mr. Pinchy can go away now, since it's on. Make sure it's all the way on. Oh yeah, it's all the way on. Okay, Mr. Pinchy, you can let go now.
Okay, let him go. Much better. My jaw don't hurt as much now. But you need pinch. I pinch. I am Mr. Pinch. I pinch.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pinch.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll do it your way. Don't worry, I saw where it went. I will employ my magnet. Magnet to the rescue. That was just an insert. It's been reinserted. There it is, reinserted. All right, let me twist this around. Now I'll take this little toy and I guess we'll do that. And look how easy that was. See, you should have listened to me the first time. We wouldn't have been in that trouble. But no, you had to be difficult. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I know. I know. It wasn't you, it was me. I understand. Okay. Let's get this hose back on. Oh, I just want to do my job multiple times because that's what I want to do. Why do it once? Do it 2 or 3 or 5,000 times over again on the same damn mower. Okay, that hose just isn't going in. 1 sec. I gotta move one of these cameras out of the way so I can do it better. Oh, the hose just came off at the back. Of course it did. That's okay. I'll get it back on. There, it's on at the back. The gasket's on. Those are on. There we go. Let's get these nuts on. Then we get the air filter on. Air filter housing. And let's get it down and outside so that we can pull it over, warm it up, change the oil, and sharpen the blade. Hey, Ollie. How you doing, buddy? Hey, little man. Hi, puppy. Hi, you crazy animal. He is doing absolutely amazing. He's basically already potty trained. My wife is doing just fantastic. The missus just loves him to pieces. All right, bye, Ollie. All right, so we're outside, but I just want to give it a quick spray wash. Let's wipe it down with some shop towels. You can hear the cicadas. It's probably one of the most satisfying products I use. I have a link to one below in one of my Amazon affiliate links. If you buy one using one of those links, then I get a small cut and it helps the channel. So if you buy one through them, I would much appreciate it. I don't think he's going to recognize it when he gets back. I mean, if you want, look at this. This is the before and this is the after. See? Before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. Yeah, it looks way better. And it's funny, this is one of those things like whenever you go to like an auto parts store, you get those cans of like spray wash and wax in a can. Honestly, look at that. It works great. This would be perfect for a ride-on mower. I mean, instead of using something like, I don't know, ATF fluid, which it's oily, you have to really wipe it off really well after so it doesn't feel all greasy. And not only that, it's carcinogenic. You really don't want to get that on your skin. This stuff, spray it on, it's just Caruba Wax. So, and well, it is poisonous, so you don't want to exactly ingest it. It works amazing. It just cuts the grease right off and everything too. And look how much better it looks. It looks almost new. But anyway, I know that's not the part that you want to see. You want to see if it actually runs. Well, what do you think? You think it's going to run? I already put the spark plug wire on, so I'm not going to forget that. I think it's going to run. It's got to run. What else could it have been? It would start and die. Has to be the carburetor. There's nothing else that I can think of unless it had, like, I don't know, weirdly intermittent spark. But it doesn't have the symptoms of intermittent spark. It had the symptoms of not enough fuel getting through the main jet. So, all right, I guess without further ado, yeah, I'm procrastinating in a little, one, draw out the video just a little bit. Two, well, I mean, there always is that possibility that it calls me a liar and doesn't start. So, that's a possibility. I don't like that possibility, but it is there. So I can't exactly hide that. But anyway, all right, what the heck? Let's do it without further ado. Pull the bail. Okay, what do you think? Gonna start? It's gonna start. It's gonna start. You're gonna start, right? Are you gonna start?
Yes, I, I promise. I will start.
You promise you're gonna start.
I promise I will start. If I don't start, you can take my spark plug.
All right, so if you don't start, I'll take your spark plug.
Yes,
All right, then start.
I start.
Okay, let's do it. What did I say? It's exactly what I said it was. The carburetor was dirty. What else could it really be? There's nothing else it could possibly be. That's just wild. Well, it's a good thing. So I'm going to get it a bit warm. Then I'm going to see if the auto choke keeps the choke open after it's already warmed up. So let's let her warm up for a few minutes. And then I'll get a clamp on this and I'll let it warm up for about 5-6 minutes, and then we'll change the oil. And then after that, I guess we just cut the craft, but I do have to sharpen the blade, so I'll do that off camera. Okay, I think it should be nice and warm now. So let's give her a rip and see if the auto choke is keeping the choke open and it doesn't start rich. We'll see, but I mean, one way or another, I mean, it starts like stupid easy. All right, here goes. Well, Mr. PowerMore, how do you feel?
Oh, I feel good. I feel really good.
Well, that's good, Mr. PowerMore. I'm glad that you feel good. All right, one more time. So yeah, that went perfect. That went exactly as I really hoped it would go. It's kind of how I figured it would go. It's the simple Honda clone. How hard could it be, right? Let me jack it up, get that blade off so I can go sharpen it and get it back on. Give me a minute. All right, so let's get this one off. Or let's get this blade off. Should be 5/8. Right. Okay, spark plug wire's off. Let's get this blade off. Awesome. Okay. All right. So I'll be right back as soon as that blade is sharpened. So here we go. Here's the blade. This is before I've sharpened it. As you can see, it's got a pretty round edge. Definitely needs good sharpening. So we'll be right back. And there you go. Look at this. Much better. Let's get that installed. It doesn't want to thread in for me. Come on. Cooperate. There we go. Now let's put it all the way on with the, let's put it all the way on setting. There we go. That's good. It's all the way on. It'll be all the way on setting. Move the light out of the way that's not on anyway. Oh, it is on. It's just not very bright. All right, Mr. Lawnmower, down you go. There we go. Okay, so I guess before the rain comes, let's cut a little bit of grass to see how it handles. All right, now that the grass is cut, let's drain the oil. All right, dipstick tube out and siphon tube goes in. Now I get the vacuum line onto the extractor tank. In case you haven't seen it before, it's a 1 gallon pail, some 1/4 inch inside diameter tubing that goes to some, well, 3-inch sewer fittings. There's a 1 inch and 1/4 that goes to the top, and then the shop vac plugs in, and that's about it. Then it sucks it out. DIY fluid extractor, and it works pretty well. Watch. So if you're into making a DIY extractor pump, I mean, it's really, really, really simple to make. And it makes oil changes actually pretty stupid simple. And way less messy. Less chance of having some kind of a minor oil spill. Mind you, sometimes trying to prevent the oil spill is like half the fun. So there is that. But with the Honda style engines, it can be such a pain, especially on the Honda GCV like 160s, when fill tube's way down here and you tilt it over and it just spills all over the deck anyway. Yeah, a extractor pump, it pays for itself, and it's really not that much to make it. All you need is a shop vac, basically. The rest is almost like scrap pieces. All right, so let's fill this up. So the PowerMore 140cc engine takes about 20 ounces of engine oil, or 600 mil in the rest of the world. All right, so let's fill this up to 600 mil. Oh, well, that's it for the oil. This engine will have to deal with that. That's half the oil. Jesus, that's more than most lawnmowers have anyway. Most people never even have that. None of engines that I've picked up where the engine oil barely reads on the dipstick, and you sit there and go, how were you running, you poor engine? Okay, so new bottle. I don't have a Champion spark plug, but I have an E3, so I think this is a better choice. There we go. Perfect. Go back up to 600. There we go, 600. And because of my terrible phobia of funnels, I'm not going to use a funnel. I'm just going to pour it in like this. And if I make a mess, then sucks to be me. But I won't make a mess. Maybe I'll make a mess. I won't make a mess. I might make a mess. All right, let's go fill it up. I won't make a mess. I might, but I won't. Maybe. All right, let's pour it in. Look, I'm not making a mess. Did I make a mess? I didn't make a mess. Maybe I made a mess. Okay, let's stop there. For obvious reasons, because lawnmowers. Now WISA take it out, and the WISA check. Okay, so we can add the rest. Oh no, I made a mess. Why? Because I didn't use a funnel. Tragedy struck. Good thing I have a rag. It's so hard. And we are full. Excellent. Radio. So let's give it a pull over just to start it up before you guys go watch it cut the grass. Okay. So here we go. All right. Because you didn't just watch it run to warm up before I cut the grass so that this engine oil would come out very easily. And now that I've cut the grass and changed the engine oil. But yeah, you might as well watch it start up one more time. And then you'll watch me cut the grass. It'll be nice. Here we go. Oh yes, I took the spark plug off. There. Again. That darn forgotten spark plug wire. Let's do it again. All right, here we are, right on the grass. It's sky's getting a little bit gloomy, so we're again put under another tornado watch. Awesome. I'm gonna just fire it up. Right, the spark plug, the forgotten spark plug wire. That's why it's brought to you by it. Awesome. An apple's getting away. Try that again. Come on. It's like it's still being choked. Interesting. Try that again. Okay then. So it's got a lazy choke. PowerMore. But it's not a fueling problem, now it's a choke problem. Goddamn choke. I think it was that in-between stage when it was like not warm, not cold, so the choke was like kind of not sure what to do, and yeah, now it's okay. So, all right then, I guess, let's cut a few strips, and then we'll change the oil, and I guess, yeah, that'll be that. So let's do it. I don't know what that is that just fell out from underneath the lawnmower, but I think it was on the grass because that was never on the lawnmower. So I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, let's do it. video. Now I know you might be wondering how I said we're going to cut the lawn first and then we're going to go and change the oil, yet cutting the lawn came after the oil change is video editing. Simple as that. But anyway, as you saw, this mower would start and then die. Now it starts and it runs and it cut the lawn beautifully. All right, guys. Well,
no, I'm just riding down there.
I guess that kid is riding down to his house right now. All right. Again, we'll, I guess I'll see you in the next one. So PowerMore engine. I'm not quite sure what I think of these things at the moment. However, this was a really easy repair, and it really wasn't, it didn't give me that much difficulty other than putting this back on with that hose. But I mean, there is a sequence to it and then it works. Anyway, guys, I guess that's it for now. Maybe. We said bye, but now you know how to service a PowerMore 140cc engine. All right, guys. See you in the next one.